Good evening and welcome back to MegaFactory Titan. We have a few problems. We have money dropping. Not badly. I have been letting things go and do things and just churn away and do things, and that's fine. I have a solar panel problem over here, which is easily fixed. These have turned red, and I never really noticed or paid attention to why they were red. And ones up here are orange. And the ones over here are yellow, and ones somewhere else are green, and we don't have any ones here. And then it basically all boils down to pollution. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's a good job we're not playing Factorio. Wow, those bugs would hate me. I think it's all stemming from here. All stemming from our trash incinerator, just burning trash. So and it's just spreading out here. So yeah, over here. These are yellow because pollution is good. But we really want to put them like up here where pollution is 0. That would be nice, because down here sunlight is peak sunlight is 0%. So these solar panels are actually producing nothing, no power at all. Okay, the thermal regulated farms are also awful because heat here is terrible as well. So I'm really wrecking this planet. Maybe we need to actually look into I mean, we could figure out a way to make these nicer here. Because we do have pollution scrubbers. They are a thing. Where are they? Consumers. Pollution scrubbers. Yeah, we haven't made any, but we do have pollution scrubbers. But they require sorbet to run, and that requires limestone and synthetic fiber or polymers to make. So, and we aren't making polymers because that comes from hydrocarbons. So yeah. I've also sent my gun guys down here because the kept getting blown up. Things kept getting destroyed down here, so they're doing that. So we need to deal with that, or I need to buy a plot of land like miles away and buy all the land in between it and run the power back down here. So we'll see how that goes. I did have my quadcopter go and do things, so I'll come down here. He has discovered this here. Let's return this to our inventory. Thank you. And he managed to get round to here, found the pirate base, and promptly got taken over by the 3 reprogrammed drones that are outside here. 4 reprogrammed drones are outside here. So yeah, that didn't work too well. Okay, so we have that. That's a bit of an issue here. Who are you? You are the complex market. What are you doing here? I don't remember you being so close to me. Sure. Okay. So we need to deal with that. Now, unfortunately, I can't really put the pollution scrubbers in here with these. It is a 3x3, which means it won't fit in between here where I had stuff. I had to put in the endpoint buffers, which we don't need now. I was going to put in the intermediate buffers in here, which are 2x2, and that would boost how many things these could store. But because this is so close, we don't need to do that. We really don't need to do that, so we'll just happen, basically. So yeah, and we need to deal with this here because this is struggling because we're not using enough sulfur, and that brings me to the other point that we have a problem with. There is something wrong with the system, and I don't understand it, so we need to look into it and figure it out. We have an overflow here, which is supposed to only accept goods for tubes. Only resources with nowhere else to go will go here. That makes sense. So if something changes and tube gets stuck, it will go there. The problem is, as you can see when I click this, these are highlighted. These are all the things that are coming here. That's iron, I think, or maybe tungsten. I'm not sure. I don't know why it's coming down here. That makes no sense. But as you can see here, look, a piece of iron has just come out of this place here. A piece of iron just come out of here, and it's going straight to the depot, straight to the overflow. And the same for the sulfur. The sulfur is coming straight out of the main storage and going into the overflow. which doesn't make any sense. It should only go into the overflow if it has nowhere else to go. If it's got nowhere to go, it shouldn't leave here. It shouldn't come out of here. So I don't get it. We also have these autocannon rounds on here by the looks of it as well. Is that yeah, autocannon rounds which are making their way down to here, which doesn't make any sense because they shouldn't. I have moved this to here so that it's going to get and this is the pickup now for ammo. I've turned off the pickup for ammo here and I put it here because then we can bridge into it easier and our vehicles can get into it and grab things and do things. So I've got ammo here for this, but I don't know why the autocannon rounds would it sort of makes sense. Maybe this could request too many because we've got too many armor piercing rounds in there, so the autocannon rounds don't go in here, but it shouldn't do. Nothing should request items if there's no space for it. I had another theory as well, and this completely debunks it, was that the sulfur, maybe the sulfur's being requested like from here. Sulfur's being requested, and it is requesting sulfur from here and from here. And so this releases 10, and this releases 10, and this only needs 10. So 5 of them have got to go somewhere, so it goes off into the outlet. But it makes no sense why autocannon rounds will be coming down here because there is only one place requesting autocannon rounds, and there's only one place. No, actually, there's 2 because you're technically delivering them as well. So yeah, something is a little bit broken there, and I don't know kind of how to fix it. See that the stuff's coming straight back out of here again. That's the weirdest thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break that there. Okay. And I'm going to let this fill up with all the stuff in the belt because it will clear out the belt. It shouldn't overflow this. It should stop. Nothing should get stuck. It should know exactly how many's on this one, and then it should stop. And then I'm going to disconnect this from the grid. I'm going to completely disconnect it from the grid. Well, not completely disconnect it from the grid. I'm going to... Yeah. This is another thing as well. This is something that I didn't really want to do, but I've had to kind of do it because of things. So it's all right. So you are now full. Okay. So if I disconnect you from here, you're gone. Disconnect that there as well. But that's gone there. And then we re-plug you in. Okay. You will output goods, and nothing can go anywhere. So you're going to output your goods, which means you will not output your goods at all to go over here. My only guess is that maybe these were like, I have to get them out of the way because the reprocessed slag needs to go somewhere, so I'm moving the sulfur out the way so reprocessed slag goes in there, which would also make sense here, like it's getting rid of the iron so the reprocessed slag on the belt can get into here to then get out to go where it wants to go to, which is fine, but the autocannon thing makes no sense. Why the autocannon rounds would end up going to the overflow is beyond me. Other than maybe it was, hey, I'm delivering 10 autocannon rounds and you're delivering 10 autocannon rounds and you only need 10 and there's 20 on the belt now. So yeah, I don't know. It's very bizarre, but I guess we're going to take this out of the system now, which does mean does mean these here, when they have stuff inside them, will no longer be able to output it. Things that I've also changed this up ever slightly. But yeah, can no longer output goods back into this to get rid of them. So the only real way I could fix that would be, what are you? Oh, you're a scrapper. Okay. Would be to actually, if we destroyed that in a storehouse there and say you're overflow only. Would that work? Not even overflow only. Hey, there we go. So I say don't be over. Just you just be whatever. You just be whatever. There you go. And if these have got anything output in them, so overflow does not actually take goods out of these buildings. So that's good to know. That's kind of good to know. Okay. So if these have any excess things inside them, because I've cancelled production at some point and it's got extra things in them, it will now dump into here, and this is connected to the grid to go. So that's what I needed to do there. So the overflow didn't work the way I thought it did anyway. The overflow was just to prevent belts from blocking up. And that would be, again, in case I cancelled this. So I went, cancelled something in here while something was on the way to it. That would block a belt. I guess we'll have to deal with that manually, because this clearly doesn't work. This is clearly broken, so yeah. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, this has been plugged back into the system as well, so it can deliver goods if it needs to deliver goods places. That's fine. You are not emptying anything out of here into the system because nothing's requiring it. Agrochemicals was a good point. We made loads of them. I don't know where they've gone. I can't find them. Either the pirates have stolen them or they were used partially in the mission, and I don't know. It's a bit weird. We've got 2 artifacts here. What do you filter to? You filter to artifacts. We don't want to sculpt something. Just put artifacts in there. Okay. But everything is kind of stopped and stuck because I can't really do a great deal at the moment because everything's just kind of backed up and terrible and awful, and yeah. So I need to build some of these. I need to build some Maglev catapults, which means I need to research them, which I'm doing here. But I can't because this requires capacitors and this requires engines. So we need to build engines and capacitors, which we're going to do down here. This still isn't quite clear yet. I can't do anything about it at the moment, so hopefully this will start filling here. Another thing as well that I should have really done, these extruders should have had double outputs, and one should be filtered to doing the reprocessed slag, and the other one should be for like the iron, and this should be the same, one for slag and one for reprocessed, because it's just not working. It's not. They're not outputting the goods. We're not using the sulfur or the iron fast enough for this to be cleared. So I don't really know. Can't modify them now because I've got this here. Although this could be moved, that's not a problem. Yeah, both of those could. That could be moved easily. Have another one come out and then go up and back in. Maybe that's the only other way I can do it. You could come up and go back in. Let's give that a try. So let's move you out and go up to there. Let's connect you to there. Let's remove this line here. Let's connect you to there. Let's get utterly confused by this. That's better. Okay. Right. And then this I want to turn around. Just going to puzzle a lot of it. This is water coming in, isn't it? Yes. That's back down. This is still doing its thing here. We're up to nearly 20,000. I've also been building some canals as well to get some of those going. So, and you'll be pleased to know we've had, I think, one incident where scavengers managed to destroy something, and it was down here. It was right here. The scavengers managed to get in and destroy this underground power line here because both my vehicles that were parked right here to defend this ran out of ammo at the same time. So yeah, that was it. That's the only reason. I could put a turret down there, but I need to move this because this is bad. So yeah, and we need to do that because power's not really become an issue, but okay. So let's destroy that. And then let's see here. So we want to have another belt that comes. It's going to be the same as these. It's going to be, in fact, it should be exactly the same as those, shouldn't it? Can we do that? Can I just steal this setup and instead of going... Instead of going down... Because we could put one there going down and down, and then the line on the bottom we could connect up. We need to connect to this here. This is. I know what I should have done. This reprocessing system should have been on the end, out the way somewhere. Should be its own little segment doing its own thing. And then the bottom row should all be smelters. The next row should all be factories. The next row should all be something else, and they should just all interconnect with each other, and then hope and pray that the weird bug of stuff getting confused and lost doesn't affect it, doesn't mess it up. So I don't know. So okay, yeah, because we're not getting a reprocessed slag. Not that we need the reprocessed slag gone, but It's not a problem. If it backs up with the iron, it's not actually a major problem. The major problem is this here, is when this fills up with slag. It can't output the slag, which shuts down other production. So I need to tear that out and redo it, which I'm actually okay with doing, but not right now. Let's clear out the rest of this sandstone here. Then we've got a nice space here, which we could take our three extruders and move them up there, and then we could put some more smelters in here to do stuff. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good idea. I think that's going to be a good idea. Then we can move our iron and aluminium to be here, and something else to be here as well. We can move this to the end, and it can have its own. The slag obviously comes back on these 3 lines here. That's got to go somewhere. That might not work actually. No, that might not work. Always buy down here, fill this in and move it in down here. I don't know. I think I'll leave it for the minute. It is a problem, but it's not a problem, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's a problem that I don't want to re-tear everything down to Vix, basically. That's the issue. So yeah, okay, I'll leave it for the minute. We'll leave it for the minute and we'll see how it goes. So this is one of the big things as well. It was mentioned perhaps we should remove, change the wire, change half the wire and half the piping. So do half piping and half wire with copper. The problem to that is that one storehouse cannot keep up with supplying all of this with wire. So realistically, I need 2 of these feeding one of them. So maybe you go split the wire into the piping as well, and have both of these copper feeds feed into it, because it uses so much copper. Alternatively, we could use something else to make pipes, like polymer or something. I don't know, but we can't do that to start with. It's working, so I'm going to leave it for now. It's not ideal, but yeah. You're doing your thing here, but you're not doing your thing here. All of you have kind of stopped. That's because you stop there, you drop off up there. Okay, let's change you to be a drop off down here. Let's change you to be a drop off. That's heavy excavator. No, stop that. No drop off there. And you to be a drop off down there. Let's grab the vehicle that's underneath that one there, because it's clearly bugged out. Move up here. Pick up from there. Drop off down here. Drop off down there. No. Oh yeah, it's fine. And you've got a vehicle underneath there? No, you haven't. You have a vehicle attached to you? You were just stuck. Okay. So you can mine more of this. So once we get this basalt gone, we can relay these out and then do more, because this needs to be removed as well. Which means I probably need to move this trading post here. Although you do own a fair bit of land now, so we could always come in from a different angle to deal with that. Yeah, we got loads of trash incinerators here. We've got loads of trash incinerators down here. We're just polluting the life out of everything. So yeah. Okay, so if I do this here, so this corner here, we could put loads of solar panels up here, but there's loads of stuff that we'd have to buy. Not buy. There's loads of stuff. We could fill in the hydrocarbon lakes, that's not a problem. There's loads of things we have to mine out, that's a pain in the backside. We could buy both these. And then fill in that hydrocarbon lake. Put all our solar panels up here, like loads of solar panels up here, and maybe even our up here. It's quite warm as well. Put them all up here. Yeah, money's something we need to deal with as well. It's weird. Money's a bit weird of a weird thing at the moment, because we weren't making money from missions. We weren't really making that much money from missions. It was all from the trophies, and the trophies seem to have dried up. I think because the pirates and things are all now doing quadcopters, which you don't get trophies from, which is stupid. I must admit, I feel like that is stupid. You only get it from land vehicles. We're not getting anywhere near as many as we once were. So we're no longer living off trophies, which is a shame. Which is a real shame. Yeah, so we'll look at this one here. So he got blown up there, so his trophy should drop on the floor. I get if they're over top of something that doesn't do it, but the ones that are being blown up here should drop their trophies. Really should, but they don't. Which is annoying. Which is annoying. I think they're going for there's a gap here. Yeah, so they're going for that gap there. Can't do much about it, I'm afraid. That's just how it is around this stuff. So, okay. So let's scrapper quadcopters. Okay, I found the pirate base again because they hacked the life out of me. What was it? It was here. Yep, but they're not moving. They're doing their whole not doing anything again thing. It's a cargo quadcopter. They don't have any land vehicles. I feel as if maybe they've given up on land vehicles, or are they stuck inside here again? No, I don't think they are. Weird. It's like they just aren't producing any land vehicles. They produced these 4 and then they just stopped working. I don't want to say anything to blow them up because they might get hacked. I don't want to lose any gunships. So I think we got to turn on missions again, then re-get the quadcopters back for these things, and then try and sell goods. See whether that'll work. So yeah. Unmute trade requests, unmute trade requests, unmute trade requests, unmute trade requests. You unmute trade requests. So there's 5 factions that you can have trades with. Okay. You'll buy artifacts are only 500 to go, which is a little disappointing if I'm honest. You 3 don't do anything like that. Okay. Hey, what do you want? Oxygen garden. And you'll give us money. We want money. And you want armor piercing munitions. Okay. The problem to some of these now is that I can't just set you as a go. That will work because it's ammo. We have ammo, and this will work because if this has got something inside it, then it'll work that way. But I don't. I don't want to have a storehouse that's just got like 40 of every possible thing we could sell in it, if that makes sense. Or do I? We could build a 1,000 tool warehouse and filter it to be ridiculously high. And then whenever somebody goes, hey, I want a new thing, we can just go, okay, we'll add it to the list. Don't have to worry about ammo. Ammo's the thing we don't have to worry about. But what I want to do is, rather than have this do this thing here, the shake thing, I want to just have you pick up from here and drop off over here, like what I had before. But you won't do anything because this doesn't have anything in it. what if we just upgraded this all the way? Stupid high. Okay. And then I filtered this with another... What have we got in there? We've got 5 items. 5 items, 5. So I fill you with another 5. 100 each. Okay, so you can fill up with 100 of each goods. Not that we need 100 of each goods, because they only ever want 25 or 30 of something. So I'm going to scrap that straight away and realise I've made a mistake there and just put in 2. And then I'm going to filter this. Let's copy settings. Oh, there you go. Okay. So there we go. So you are now filtered to 10 types of goods and you'll be at 40 each. Okay. Disconnect that. You empty into there first. Okay. Right, stop. You pick up from here and drop off in that other place. Okay. So you're going to also have to be filtered to be armor piercing ammunition now. We know we need that. Okay, so pause that. Pick armor piercing ammunition, drop that down below. There you go. Come on, empty out already. Go, 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 go. What does that be goods inside? Really? What goods have you got inside? You've got 1 mineral wood. 1 mineral wood. Okay. Put me down to there. Output those. So you had 3 of something. Okay. Put that back up. There you go. So you actually had 3 mineral wood. Okay. I clearly can't count. There we go. Right. Okay. So now you will get armor piercing rounds in you as well. Okay, that's the next trade for you, so that's good to go. Okie dokie. Right, so let's go to the auction generator, zoom to where you want it. I think we have an auction generator. We do not. Auction garden, we do not. Okay, let us make an auction garden, which I believe is in here. Yep, make 5 of them, please. Okay, and that'll be good. Right, okay, so let's get a little bit of money behind us. And then once we've got some money behind us, we will buy more land, and then up here we will get some land going there. We could afford to buy the land now and do it, but I kind of want to make sure we're stable on money before I start spending 30 grand on stuff, so. Yeah. Okay, right, you. What's wrong with you? Tools are stuck. Why are tools stuck? Ah, because I... No, wait, why would... I am very confused. I am very utterly and completely confused as to why tools have been stuck here. So I need to have a look a bit more into this because something is clearly wrong with something. I don't know why. There's no reason I can see why tools would have got stuck there. Because when I told you to deliver the goods, I was paused and this was disconnected. So yeah, now they're just going to remain stuck there forever. So I'm just going to delete them. Goodbye, get lost. Okay, and we will keep an eye out for other broken things. So yeah, okay, and then hopefully the quadcopter, which is going that one, will go, and that'll be fine. And then when I get another mission from somebody else, I'll build another quadcopter. So what I should do is I should really easily go to you and go rename you to the Flame Wing Trader with an E. Boop, there you go. So now I know who you are, Flame Wing Trader, and then we'll have one for the other ones and I'll name them properly so I know what they are when I look at this. So okay, so let's just let that do its thing there. That'll be fine. Okay, I didn't get to building engines and stuff this episode because yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.